Both junglers are really interested in finding these level 3 ganks. It's 3 minutes and they've only done 3 camps.
Closer's ready, finds the Q over the wall. Another auto attack will do it. And W4D1 gets excited for first blood. They're going to get one back in mid lane with money going over to JoJo with a kill on Bjergsen.
We may have a roam timer for that silence.
Oh boy.
Is that a 4-man play bottom lane at minute 5?
Inspired and JoJo are ready to go. W4D1's got no way out. JoJo getting his second kill of the match, 5.5 minutes in. And they do exactly that. They prove it. Bussio's got some healing ready to go for him. W4D1 survives, but EG is not done yet. W4D1 flashing away as JoJo's ready to go. Just jumps right on top of him, knocks them all down. EG get both.
Honestly, this was beautiful. Use your Glacial Prison to chunk him out there and set up the kill because he knows JoJo's wrapping around.
Oh, meanwhile, back in mid, 100 Thieves are finally ready to answer the JoJo problem, and it's Bjergsen getting the shutdown.
A critical punish for 100 Thieves here. If they continue...
Super lucrative buy because not every champion really enjoys points in every single skill. Azir, for example, points in E, it's not a huge deal. It's nice, but it doesn't change the way his champion behaves. Whereas with Sylas, depending if you max E or W sec.
Back for that Herald, as Tenacity and Closer are going to step up. Someday waited in the brush the entire time. Closer just face checks it, survives a long time. Finally dropped. Someday's very low, but the Super Mega Death Rocket will not be able to finish him off. 100 Thieves
into the river, and they technically started 3v5, but like I mentioned, even though they're 3v5, there just isn't enough damage to burn down this Renekton just yet.
All right, we got ourselves a dragon fight. In the meantime, it's going to be stolen away from evil geniuses. It was 100 Thieves trying to make that happen, but EG has the better smite here from Inspired, and it means they're going to equalize the Drake count, stop the 100 Thieves dragon stacking. 3,500 gold lead. Now they're going to take the blue buff too, and they're not done yet. Closer wants to get away as Bussio flashes out. The lockdown comes in. He slams him into the dirt with his own ultimate. 6-2. The geniuses are looking good.
Geniuses getting a little bit of the deeper vision, and it's going to be so much more difficult for 100 Thieves to defend these side lanes because they've lost their defense in mid, and it's going to flow into the other sides.
So let me ask you guys then, what does 100 Thieves need to do to stop this bleeding and get to the point where they can scale to where Azir and the Jinx can blow them up in a CC? Because things are bleeding right now.
Well, you're seeing them do successfully now. They recognize, you know what, 5v5 on Dexterity, and Jinx have enough damage to actually burst down the Vi ulted target. This is the most important thing, is whoever gets Vi ulted needs to die relatively quickly. So obviously Gragas going to jump in with a body slam. It doesn't have to be a one-shot, but the point is getting the reset will allow W4D1 to reposition. The biggest discrepancy is the fact that Sylas has an effective health pool that's much larger. So Sylas can take damage and dish out damage this early in the game. Sylas will get outscaled in terms of damage output. However, this early on, and especially with how gold, how many dollars did he earn from it?
Oh boy, I don't know if we have time to ask questions anymore because they're going in on Closer. FBI wants to put some distance between himself and the jungler and puts a bullet in his head at the same time. Tenacity getting chased down. He's off the side and alone.
Really farming a bunch of gold on Jinx and Azir, and then at this point they might have been able to contest, but because they weren't and they were contesting and losing fights, what ends up happening now is, like I said, we're looking at 3 items each for them, and honestly, it might even have to be 4 because the armor penetration on Jinx is good.
Baron pit. JoJo teleported into the topside river. Vulcan's gonna get jumped on by Closer, but Vulcan has Crown of the Shattered Queen. He can't be bursted down. Closer trying to get away. Ace in the Hole's gonna take him low, and JoJo's already killed W4D1 with the AD carry out of the picture. Evil geniuses. Closer's thinking about stealing this one away. He knows 100 Thieves is pretty far behind, and a miracle steal could be what they need to get back into the game. Bjergsen has to flash to escape the binding from Vulcan that would have connected with him. 100 Thieves have to walk away as Evil Genius have to secure their 3rd Drake.
Yeah, we get round 2 now. 100 Thieves actually all funneling in towards Dragon like they want to contest.
Oh, and they find Bjergsen and just delete him. Now I don't know what else they're going to be able to do. JoJo goes into stasis. W4D1 arms the chompers. Does he have the damage? No! JoJo with a Kingslayer buys enough time as W4D1 tries to kite it out, but it's a double kill back over to Someday. EG gets 3. Yes, they lose.
Instantly push right after winning the team fight. Just going to Baron up, take down a secondary turret while you're taking down Dragon and counter jungling blue. 3 things at once. Thank you very much.
Vulcan's taken out blue twice this game. Weird stat, I know, but you know what? There you go.
Blue buff stolen by Vulcan.
I feel like you're in a pretty good spot in the game when your support gets blue buff twice. The enemy blue buff.
Yeah.
Mind you, twice in a game. Very, very nice.
9 stacks on his Dark Seal as well, so he's putting it to good use.
Very good game by EG so far. I really like the fact, like I mentioned, like they've been in control the entire time. They know exactly what their win con is. They know how to play the fights. And actually, I'm quite a little bit disappointed about 100 Thieves in the sense that, like, I feel like there's been a lot of hesitation on their side. I feel like if they had just called off those early game objectives,
tenacity.
Not the ideal situation. They're going in after JoJo. This could be a big pick here for the side of 100 Thieves. Slow down the EG War Machine a little bit, and Doublelift's getting the money.
All 300 instead of 700, but we'll take that. Very important kill, pivotal when you get Baron buff. One of the most important things that you can push in multiple lanes. As I don't think we're going to base race. I hope not. I do think we're going to recall here.
It wouldn't be much of a race.
They just want an objective bounty shutdown there, so they're taking the.
I think they're going to try to take 2 towers here. I actually think they're going to drop their inhibitor, and I don't know if EG is going to be okay with that. I think they're looking for more. Yeah, they called bluff right there.
Yeah.
Jinx isn't here. You've got no damage. We're going more.
This feels wacky a little bit. First Nexus turret. There it goes, drops to the enchanted camp. Tenacity wants the flank. He's coming with the teleport. Closer's looking for the angle on Vulcan and FBI if he can find it. FBI is going to be juggled around with the damage over the wall from Boostio and Bjergsen. FBI's killed off Closer, but he's going to be traded back. Now JoJo's ready to join the fight. Vulcan's laser hits no one.
Because they have so many exposed areas that this EG team could come from, with all these bruisers as well. As long as they can keep up their positioning with their defensive vision here and keep that Jinx and the Azir safe.
This has to try to end this as quickly as they can.
And now they have flashes on top of that item.
I mean, honestly, this is a huge window. I would have loved to see Caitlyn's flash, like having no flash compared to Gragas having the flash up, be abused by 100 Thieves here, but they're taking it a little bit slower.
7,000 HP. Couple more seconds going to be required to burn it down all the way. JoJo wants to be able to keep Closer out of the pit. Closer's ready to go in and challenge. JoJo's taken low, but the Baron is secured by EG. Nice rocket timing from Doublelift to kill off the enemy mid laner. 100 Thieves have lost the objective.
Objective bounty shutdown and more money with the nice little pick that they were able to get off. Because I don't know if Evil Geniuses are going to be able to make that Baron buff worthwhile. 100 Thieves pretty happy with it. Now they're looking for more. Be able to clean it up.
100 Thieves wants to burn this one down. Remember, they only have that one Nexus turret remaining, so they've constantly got to be respecting this split push. Always keep eyes on JoJo. Always be aware of the state of that inhibitor and what's being pushed up here. JoJo's going to take down the Sun Disc, but Bjergsen has so many items now. He's a full build. Speaking of which, this is now our longest game of the split at 44 minutes and 44 seconds. Evil Geniuses is pushing into the base of 100 Thieves as 100 Thieves goes after the Baron. Inspired wants to try to stop it, try to steal it, just try to buy a little bit more time. The Baron's going to be secured, but EG just wants to win the game. They take out the enemy mid. They're going straight to the Nexus. We waited 44 minutes for that. Evil